Cody Jones, and welcome back to a P-Thing podcast. Now, if you're listening to this, we're already on November 4th, so it's like we're finally leaving Halloween and October and all that stuff, it's like it's a whole new month, and we are just inching closer and closer to the end of the year, and I gotta tell y'all, it's been one hell of a fucking journey, It's been fun, seriously. Hold on, let me just move the phone and all. But, I originally had no idea what the fuck I was gonna record. But then, this was like a last moment kind of thing. And I'm already fucking, packed with other recordings and schedulings and shit, So it's like I'm just occupied with all that at the moment, But honestly, man, it's like there was some stuff that I really wanted to discuss, like based on Halloween and stuff, It's like it was fun. I had a good night. There were some moments that really killed the mood and everything, It's like I'm not really gonna get into full um, details, but honestly, man, it's like it was just one of those days where you meet a few assholes that are like cracking jokes and you want to say something, but at the same time you really don't want to fucking make a scene, especially with people that you don't even know. But it's like it was really flustering, because it's one thing when you're making fun of someone and you do it directly to them. It's like if you're directly to them, that's fine because at least like they're saying it to your face. But if you're making jokes about someone and you're walking away and not making yourself noticeable, like, hey, yeah, I said this, but like you're fucking doing it behind someone's back and shit, like it's cowardice like that really fucking annoys me, It's like if you're gonna be fucking making jokes, at least fucking just say it to my face or something. Or say it to someone else's face. It's like if you're gonna say something, fucking grow a pair of cojones and say it, Don't be a coward and mumble it under your breath while walking with your fucking friends and shit, Because that's coward's play. Don't nobody fuck with a coward. I don't even fuck with cowards, It's like if you got something to say, then just say it to my fucking face. Be a man about it and just say it to me directly. And maybe I'll respect you and let it slide because you had the nerves to say it to me in my face. But I'm not really gonna get into full details about that. I mean, it was still a fun night, had some good candy, had some good food. I fucking had some ranch chicken over at the deli here at Walmart. Like, it was at a Walmart near McDonald's, Popeyes, Taco Bell, Pandas, here in El Paso on Horizon, So it's like, if you know this place, then you know this place, Like, there was a fucking deli that was serving some chicken, and it was like ranch seasoning, and oh my gosh, it was delicious. Absolutely the bomb. I would definitely fucking recommend it. It was a bummer because they never sold salt and vinegar chicken for a long while. Like, not since 2018, 2019 or 2020. It's like that's when they really stopped selling it, and it really bugged me because I thought, my goodness, this shit is the best. This is the new tastiest shit I've ever had. It is delicious. I love it. But it's like when they stopped selling it, I stopped fucking with the deli. But when I tried that ranch chicken, it really fucking made my mouth it made my mouth feel like as if there was a fucking like party going on in my mouth. You know, it's like it was just flavors all over the place and ranch flavors and seasoning, and the chicken was so soft, crunchy, and juicy. The meat was so fucking damn. It's like I'm fucking getting hungry thinking about it. But it was a good night. You know, we had a good time. We had some food, dressed up. I was a fucking werewolf, and it was a bit uncomfortable because I didn't have my hair in a bun. So it's like little bits of my own hair was like covering my eye and tickling my face and shit. So I had to fucking remove the mask here and there. And I didn't even fucking have time to put my hair in a bun because I didn't even have the rubber band. So there was some moments, you know. Fucking watched Trick or Treat again, which is by far one of the like, which is a very enjoyable horror movie. Well, I wouldn't say it's a horror movie. I mean, it's not like Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th or Halloween, you know, but it's like, it's a good mini story. It's a good movie that really tells a bunch of stories all combined into one night in one town. And it was a good movie, you know. I really fucked with it. And that's kind of what I want to get into on today's short episode. You know, there were some movies that I was watching throughout the month, you know, and there was like movies I was watching, like fucking uh, Freddy versus Jason. Uh, I think I was watching Chucky here and there, and I was kind of like mystery science theater commentating through some of the movie. You know, it was like the original Child's Play that I was uh, that I was fucking clowning on. You know, and I remember seeing the remake and thought, damn, this movie is actually pretty good. I liked it. You know, props to Mark Hamill. He fucking, I think he really executed it well in his own Mark Hamill way. But there were some other movies that I saw that I was really digging. You know, it's like it was the original Friday the 13th movies. Little disclaimer, it was my first time watching all of them from the very first to the very last. And honestly, man, one, I was. It's like there were some Friday the 13th movies that I was really digging. And then there was like one or two, maybe three movies I thought, okay, this is fucking garbage. You know, it's like it was watchable garbage. You know, it's like, okay, I'll watch it because, well, I'm already here. I might as well watch it from beginning to end, from the very first movie to the last movie. I might as well just sit back and watch them either way, just to experience them and to watch them. You know, and it's like, it's the same shit for Nightmare on Elm Street. You know, it's like you gotta watch the good ones and the not so good ones. If you're gonna watch Child's Play, you gotta start with the very first Child's Play and then with the Cult of Chucky. And yeah, even if it means watching Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky, you know, it's like they're terrible, but they're watchable and terrible. But with Friday the 13th, it was cool. I was really liking the movies. The series was dope. I was really enjoying them from the very first Friday the 13th to, I think it was Friday the 13th. Um, oh fuck, I think it was New Blood. I think it was after 7. You know, it's like that's where they were good, and I was okay with watching them. With number 7, I was really liking it, but that's because like it was the very first Jason movie I ever saw from beginning to end. It was like one of the movies that I had on VHS along with Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Like, those were the only two I had on VHS at the time. And they introduced me to horror. But there were some other Jason movies that I absolutely, that I really did not fucking like. There was at least two that I didn't care for. But when it comes to like making a movie, it's like I want them to be good, enjoyable, and I'll give it, I'll give them credit. You know, the stories were consistent and connected to one another, and I liked it. You know, from the very first to the seventh one, they were all connected in a way. But after 8 and after X, it's like, okay, this is fucking getting stupid. This is really, really taking a turn for where it's just, okay, this is fucking garbage. This really sucks ass. You know? It's like Jason Takes Manhattan. It was cool. I was liking it. Some moments that were like, okay, well, that was a bit much, or okay, that was fucking cheesy. You know, it's like there were moments where it's just, okay, this is actually pretty bad. And then there was Jason X, which really fucking had me sitting there like, okay, this is actually pretty garbage. This really sucks. Like the CGI and everything, the way that it was like trying very hard to be like Jason Goes to Space type shit. It was garbage. It was not great. You know, it's like the only thing that was somewhat okay with watching was the story and the creative killing. You know, it's like they kept it creative. But there were moments in the story where it's just, okay, this fucking sucks. This really fucking takes the title for suckiness. You know, it's like fucking Jason. Uh, I'm not even gonna fucking spoil Jason X for those who are oddly interested in watching it. Jason X is not great, but it's not horrible. It's just, okay, this is watchably bad. But there was one Friday the 13th movie that was so shit. It was so terrible. It actually fucking made me angry. Like, it literally fucking made me mad as to how absolute garbage it was. Like, I was actually annoyed with how terrible it was. Like, it actually made me angry because it was just shit. And honestly, man, it's like, this movie just fucking made me more angry like, than I should have, you know? Motherfucker. You know, it's like, I want to like it. I want to say something about it. I want to give it a chance. I gave it a chance. And I hated every second of it. The most regrettably bad movie that I've seen. And that movie would be Friday the 13th, uh, Jason Goes to Hell. I think it was 9. Yeah, I think it was 9 that I saw. Jason Goes to Hell. And honestly, man, it was the worst movie I've ever seen in the history of terrible movies, you know. Season of the Witch. I've never seen it. I know it's garbage because it absolutely has nothing to fucking do with Michael Myers. But with this Jason movie, everything about this movie was so horrible. I even fucking ranted about it on Instagram. This is exactly what I said. Bro, growing up, I've always been into horror movies. And it's easy to find some good ones. Even the OG horror movies are good, if not great. And I stand by that. But there have been some that are not great. Movies that are absolute trash. I've been watching all the Friday the 13th movies. Some were dope, some were meh. But oh my goodness. Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell. This movie was by definition, beyond all reasonable doubt, in every way, shape, and form, is the worst, most garbage, regurgitating movie in horror. Yes, there's the Leprechaun movies. Don't like them. The Fly, I hated it. The Centipede, absolutely hated it from beginning to end. Halloween Season of the Witch, which didn't fucking even have Michael Myers, so why even call it Halloween? Winnie the Pooh, which is very fucking questionable as to why they even made it. Thanksgiving, which looks stupid as all hell. But Jason Goes to Hell, fuck you. In your ears and eyes. That script could have been good enough for toilet paper. This movie makes all movies that bombed badly look like Oscar Award winning movies. It sucked bad. And I mean everything about this movie was an accident. Not a shitting the bed accident, but a shitting the bed from top to sheets, through the mattress, covering the floor, through the tile, never to be removed because of how bad it stained the floor. Accident that everyone should have said, no thanks, I'd rather watch The Wall instead. This movie isn't even an accident turned into a film. It is a cash grab mistake gone wrong. This doesn't even take the cake for jumping the shark. This doesn't even deserve the awards for worst movie ever. Fuck Jason Goes to Hell. It's called that because how atrociously garbage this movie is. I can't even wait for Jason X. Fuck this movie. I'm going to sleep, or I'm banging my head against the wall and hope the amnesia washes away the dumpster fire of a movie. That was my thoughts on Jason Goes to Hell. And I absolutely stand by everything on that opinion. It was the most garbage, most waste of time to even fucking film type movie. Nothing about it fucking makes sense. It's as if they didn't even try to make it good. They just said, Jason Goes to Hell. We'll blow him up into bits and somehow have his heart be devoured and make someone turn into Jason from the inside but look like a normal person from the outside. And the thing that's attached to the heart will be a fucking monster serial killing worm thing. Like, everything about it was just, I hated every second of it. Literally every second of it. Like, I couldn't even fucking wait for the movie to just end already, because everything about it was just, it made me want to throw up. Like, by force, like, just fucking reach down in my throat and throw up on the screen and let it stay as that, because of how fucking garbage this movie was. I hated every single second of it. It's like, I actually want to fucking slap the person or people that wrote the script for Jason Goes to Hell. The kills weren't even all that great. They were cheesy and garbage as all hell. Everything about it was just a fucking, like, it makes every terrible movie look like winners. It makes The Seed of Chucky look like a great movie. It makes Freddy's Revenge or Freddy's Dead look like great projects. It makes Season of the Witch look tolerable. And again, it was just really, really bad. It didn't even fucking have Jason. It didn't even have the name Jason. Like, all they said was that the only way to kill Jason is by some fucking mystical blood relative of the Voorhees family, and this bitch was fucking given a magic Voorhees knife that turned into a dagger, and that it was used to fucking kill Jason, and everything about it, it just fucking made my head hurt. Like, it seriously made my head hurt. I'm not even kidding. It was just that bad. I wanted to spit on the person that fucking thought of that movie, that wrote the script for that movie, for that matter. I only got satisfaction out of watching the end where Freddy's glove pops up out of the dirt and drags the mask. That was the only good thing about the ending, about the whole movie itself. The only good thing about the movie was the end of the movie. Like, it was absolutely, like, it's not even a dumpster fire. It was, I can't even think of anything worse than what I've already said. It's like, I can really go on a whole rant about how horrible and atrocious and shit and just everything negative about the movie. Like, I can say so many negative shit about the movie because of how utterly, like, it was just horrible. I fucking hated it. I hated it so bad. Like, I would rather stare at a blank screen and get enjoyment out of watching than watch Jason Goes to Hell. Jason Takes Manhattan, it was bad, but it wasn't that bad. Jason X was bad, but it wasn't that bad. There was no movie I can think of that was as bad as Jason Goes to Hell. There was nothing good about it. Nothing positive, nothing even enjoyable. Every second was just, please let it be over. When will this movie fucking end? When can I just stop the fucking movie? When will it actually be good? There wasn't even any good moments in it. There wasn't even good creative kills in it. Everything about it was just like garbage on top of garbage, sprinkled with freaking diarrhea and puke and more garbage, and then fucking lit up on fire and left it sitting there. And it's like, you guys can seriously hear how flustered and pissed off I was at the movie. Like, it made my head hurt from watching it because of how garbage. Like, this is probably my most rantiest moment in the podcast. You know, it's like I rant a lot about a lot of things, but this one, this is just fucking Halloween rants, plain and simple. This movie was the worst creation to ever be created in the history of creation. Like, I can think of so many movies that were bad, but not as bad. I fucking saw King Kong that came out in 1979. That one was bad, but it wasn't this bad. There were so many things about it that was just wrong in every way. It was the shittiest movie in the history of shitty movies to ever shit the bed because of how bad of a shitty movie it was. I hated every moment of it. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart. every second of this movie was just, please end this fucking garbage film already. And by the time that it was already fucking coming to an end and it was all finally wrapping up, I had a big smile on my face, like as if I saw gold. I was happier than a motherfucker at this, because this movie was absolutely the worst movie I've ever seen. Like, I would say that 10,000 more times. Worst movie fucking ever. Staring at a poster on my wall. Staring at a blank screen. Staring at a dog fucking humping another dog. Staring at anything couldn't be as bad as this. I hated every second of it. Seriously. But you know what? Honestly, man, it's like, there were so many movies I could have just watched. I could have skipped them all. I could have just fucking stopped at 8. Or I could have stopped at 7 and just let it be. You know, just fucking jump to Freddy vs. Jason. But it wouldn't be right. But honestly, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys got a laugh out of this. Seriously, because honestly, man, this Halloween, it was fun. There were some moments. But nothing can ever top this fucking movie. Nothing will ever top it. Nothing that you can even name will top the atrocity that this movie has brought. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Be sure to follow on Spotify. And also be sure to check out my channel on YouTube, Cody Panda Jones. And I'm also on social media, so you guys can hit me up anytime. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys had a good Halloween and all. We're finally entering November. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm out. Peace.